ここで禁断の RE71R を投入。
Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So today we are going to be talking about the differences of the RE71R and the Advan A052. Now, as you guys know, I've been running the RE71Rs for probably the life of this channel, and more recently I've been using the Advan A052 for competition. So now that I have some experience with both these tires, I'm going to give you guys some feedback on what I felt between the two tires, and we're going to do some objective measurements to see the differences between the two tires. If you guys go online, I'm sure you guys are wondering first off which is faster. The A052 is faster. This is from personal experience, and if you guys look at all the results online as far as like tire rack reviews, or you can look at SCCA national results at autocross events, and just overall feedback of the use of this tire. This is also the official tire of Global Time Attack now, the Advan A052. And the RE71R is actually pretty old now. In fact, they already have the RE71RS in Japan for some time now, which we will go over later in this video. I just wanted to compare it to the RE71R because that's what the tire is often compared to, and I have experience on both. So let's jump into the differences. Right away, when I first switched to the A052, the first thing that I noticed is that the A052 is a lot more mushy and has less feedback than the RE71R. As far as feel, the RE71R is definitely crispier and has better feedback, even though it does have less grip. So what I mean by that is the RE71R definitely gives me more information about what the car is doing and how it feels. And one of the biggest differences that I like of the RE71R is that besides that it has more feedback, it also loses grip more progressively. So what I mean by that is when you overdrive these tires, you don't get punished for going over the limit. The fall off from peak grip to overdriving the tire is super predictable with the RE71R. Another thing that'll mess people up is when the tires come back to gripping. So from overdriving the tires to peak grip, it doesn't snap back either. So basically what I'm trying to say is these tires are really easy to drive. Like, you can push over the limit, under the limit, at the limit, and all in between, and it's never going to surprise you, and it's a really good tire as far as that, and as far as tire feel and feedback. So that's one of the pluses of the RE71R. To reiterate that, on the other side, the A052 is less responsive in my driving experience. I've heard other things from the people driving these tires too. It's more vague feeling, I think mainly because it's softer, and it also doesn't have the center band here. Even though these tires objectively are faster and they grip better and they last longer, I still think the RE71 feels better, if that makes sense. So with the A052, when you go over the limit, the drop off to no grip is a little bit more sudden, but it's not like bad. Like the these are pretty close, but it's not as good as the RE71R in my experience. As far as getting up to temperature, I think the RE71R is better out the gate as far as heating up. I feel like the grip is more constant with the RE71Rs out of the gate. Like, these are always pretty sticky, and I'm not in a warm area, and these still grip hard. A052 is similar, but as far as overheating, the A052 lasts longer, and people have talked about that too. I'm just reiterating it from my experience. Okay, so now that I've got my feelings out of the way, let's jump into some objective differences. So here we have the A052 and here we have the RE71R, and here in this comparison we are going to check the softness or hardness of the compound. So here I have a durometer which will tell you if your tires are medium rare. Just kidding, it shows you how hard or soft the compound is. So see, if we poke it here, this little needle thing on the gauge will change your readout here. So the harder the compound, the higher the number, and we will just poke around on these tires and see the differences. So let's start here on the RE71R. We're going to check the center band, or the center of the tire. The center band is 75, and here in the center, there's no center band on the A052, so I'm just going to poke it here. Make with 59-ish, so 59. So yeah, it's softer in the middle here. Now let's check the shoulder. Here's the outer shoulder of the RE71R to about 81. Shoulder is 69. Nice. The A052 is softer on the shoulder and in the center compared to the RE71R, and that probably accounts to what I was saying about the feel, and also probably the grip. so this is a softer tire, even though they're both 200 tread wear. Okay, so now we are going to measure the weight of the tires. So we're going to put the RE71R first. It is 33 pounds and 0.5 ounces, 0.3 ounces. The A052 is 31 pounds, 12.3 ounces. So A052 is lighter, even though it is a bigger tire. So again, these are on the same rim, Kosei K1s, and the same tire size by manufacturer. Okay, now we're freehanding the camera. We are going to be checking the section width of the tires. Granted, this is a really ghetto way to do it, but I have this leveler here, and you can see that the A052 is wider. You can also just see, looking at it, that like the balloon of the sidewall, the A052 is definitely wider than the RE71R. Okay, so we measured the section width, so let's measure, well, this isn't really measured, this is just comparing which is taller. So A052 is actually a lot taller. So when you buy these two tires, the A052 is wider and taller. Alright, so we've completed the objective differences and my impression as far as feel between the two tires. So as far as what tires should you buy going forward, I'm probably going to be buying A052s. Some of you guys might be going online and be like, yo, aren't AD08s available, and how do they compare? Well, AD08s aren't even close to A052s, so I wouldn't even consider those. They're also, I think, more expensive, which is kind of odd, even though these are newer and better. So another thing I'd like to add is, you guys are probably wondering, why is this A052 so much better than the RE71R now? And that's because this tire is really old now. You guys have seen this in the hot version Touge battles, I think since like the J's S2000 set that record and stuff, and the Feed FD, and those videos are pretty old now. This has been out forever, and so has the A052. Actually, the A052 has been out in Japan for a long time now, and more recently came to the US. They did make some changes, so the tread is actually deeper here in the US to meet regulations for different competitions, I believe, in SCCA, as far as tread depth. So the tread depth is deeper in the US when they updated it to become a 200 tread wear tire. Anyways, with that said, this is old. So what replaced this? So here I have the official JDM Potenza brochure. I got this at Tokyo Auto Salon 2020 in January. And this is the official sacred text. So we're going to look in here. I should have showed you guys this in January. It has all the Potenza tires. And I talked to the Potenza Bridgestone representative there to talk about the differences with the upcoming RE71RS. So this tire is not here, it's already in Japan. You guys can watch videos of them in hot version using this tire already versus the A052 and others. So yeah, this tire's already out. Anyway, out in Japan. Anyways, let's read the brochure here together. Right. This is 2% faster in an outright hot lap. So on one lap, the biggest difference they got was 2% difference in time with the RE71RS versus the RE71R. And then on average, on the average lap times, the RE71RS is 1.1% faster than the outgoing RE71R. And lastly, which most people are concerned about when they talk about RE71s, is the RE71RS lasts 5% longer in the same conditions. Make with that information what you will. Obviously RE71RS is not here, so I can't really say anything, but sales guy said it was way better, and you guys can watch it on hot version. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed my comparison video, and I hope this information helps you guys choose between the RE71R and the A052. So I'll see you guys in the next video.